Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from Zozo stockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 15th of May, Tuesday. Before we get into the watch list, let's go over some calls that we did at zozostockwatch.com. We called BOXL over $7.10. It did have some spreads in it, so we call this a low share trader. So you don't want to be throwing 1,000 shares at this BOXL. The alert at 9:47 over that 710 spot, and the stop 675, all called over the mic and alerted in the room. Here was your trade on BOXL, and it went all the way up to about $8.50, $9 a share from the alert right here, 2-minute chart that you're looking at. Then it went sideways for a while, and then out of nowhere it popped up again, but I wasn't on it. We had made our money in BOXL, and I never got back on it on the 1 o'clock hour, and then it continued to move up. But nice move for us this morning on BOXL. Another short that we called in the service was on Tesla at 11:10 a.m. Tesla short on the break of 301.45. Our stop was at 303.25 for Tesla. Here's the 5-minute pre-post market chart. We break down through that 301.45, and the stock still trailing down in the after hours tonight. Most of the folks got out right around here, that 296 area on Tesla. So that was a short on TSLA on the break of that 31.45. By the way, I love the teamwork in our service. Walter R. Called GALT, G-A-L-T, over 375, and that would have been right about here in this area. You're looking at a 5-minute chart, GALT over 375. Stock proceeded to move up almost $1 on GALT. Great alert by Walter on GALT. And then you see here Tesla triggered on that short that I showed you earlier. So a lot of teamwork in our room, and we call all our alerts prior to the trigger. All alerts are alerted over the microphone and typed into the Omnovia room. It's a real Omnovia room with screen share. We also have audio news in the room, and we also have a screen share of my trade ideas scans throughout the day. If you're interested in trying it, it's $44.95, half price for the first month. It's zozostockwatch.com. So let's take a look at some of the action in the SPY today. Here was the pre-market today, and we were kind of just chopping sideways in the pre-market, holding the VWAP, but the market opens up, and we proceed to pop up to about 274.06, just under that mental resistance number of 275. So the market pulls back, and then after we hit that 274, we pretty much pulled back for the rest of the day on the SPY. So that's when we decided to start looking at some shorts, and Tesla hit the mark for us today as the SPY moved down. Let's look at the SPY on the daily chart. Really not, couldn't get through that 274, and this is the 275 natural resistance number that I was talking to you about. But still technically not a lot of damage today, just kind of a consolidating day, still holding above the fast moving averages, holding above the 50 and the 200 and so on. All those are angled up now. The 50 SMA looks like it's angled up also. So, decent day. Volume only 55 million shares for the SPY today. So a little bit lighter in the volume on the consolidation day. The Qs, kind of an indecisive candle here, maybe a little bit of an inverted hammer. I guess that would stem the upper wick would have to be a little bit longer for the inverted hammer, but an indecisive candle. IBB, actually a decent candle, trying to get through the 100 SMA on the IBB. The XBI looking a little bit better than the IBB. The mid-cap biotechs holding above the 50, starting to turn back up. So XBI looking better than the actual IBB. IWM, the small caps, came up to about that 160 and change area, pulling back from that. IWC also actually getting above resistance here over that 100 mark, pushing up, still holding above the 5 EMA, the yellow dotted line you see here. We'll go through a little bit of news that came out after the bell tonight. This PFNX gapping up in the after hours announces positive top line study results. For its third quarter, PNF will hold a conference call at 4:45 p.m. So the conference call is passed for PFNX. That stock holding the gains here on this name. So we'll see if that one wants to do anything tomorrow. I'll give you a complete list in a moment. PFNX probably on that list. Some earnings that came out after the bell. We had Agilent Technologies, that stock selling off in the after hours on the earnings per share revenue beat earnings per share and revenue in line right here, Agilent, earnings per share and revenue in line for Agilent, stock moving down though. Also after the bell, we had WYY earnings per share in line, revenue beat. SWCH earnings per share revenue missed on SWCH, recent IPO there. CDTI had earnings after the bell. They beat by 6 cents, beat on revenue. CDTI, not too much going on at the moment. We also had Kids, recent IPO, come out with earnings after the bell. Not too much activity after hours, missed by 11 cents, but beat on revenue. INVH earnings per share revenue beat on INVH. CURO announces commencement of proposed secondary offering for CURO. AMRS missed by 4 cents, missed on revenue. CITO misses by 13 cents, but beat on revenue. But I believe the stock taking a hit in the after hours. SITO. Let's see. Actually, yeah, it's down here at 360. It did initially pop a little bit, SITO, but then now bidding down in the after hours. Let's see, WTTR Select Energy Service announces executive addition. And then we had SPHS Bio beat by 2 cents. Next up, we had AYTU Biosciences beats by 76 cents, misses on revenue. AYTU. So that stock popped in the after hours up to about 65 cents, pulling back a little bit on AYTU. EDAP misses by a penny, beats on revenue. ADMA misses by 8 cents, misses on revenue. Rose also had earnings after the bell, misses by 30 cents, beats on revenue. NETE, they beat by 3 cents, they beat on revenue. NETE, that stock up in the after hours a tad on NETE. So that's some of the news, earnings and news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the Trade Exchange, built for traders by traders. So some stocks I'll be watching for tomorrow. This ADMA had expanding volume. ADMA, nice pop up to 55.55 on the name. So this one will be on watch tomorrow. AMD I'm going to have on watch tomorrow. See if we can get above that 12.25, 12.30 area on AMD. Maybe for another continuation move up. Advanced Micro Devices, ARQL, starting to turn back up here. Did hold the 50 SMA down here. It's up at this $3 level. Volume a little bit light, but we'll see how this, if this sets up on an intraday basis tomorrow. ARQL, AYTO. Just spoke about this one, up in the after hours on those earnings. We'll see. BOXL, we traded this one today in the service. We'll see if there's any more left in the tank on BOXL. BYD with that gaming passage of gambling. BYD and a lot of the gaming casinos were popping. IGT, SGMS also moving up. So BYD will be on watch tomorrow for a possible continuation. So the Supreme Court said that gambling would be allowed on an individual state-by-state, I think, basis. I believe I have that right. CRON starting to turn the corner back up. So I'll have this one on watch for tomorrow. CZR, another resort and casino stock. You see the volume that came into the stock, big move up here. So this one will be on watch tomorrow. DDE, another gambling stock here. DDE, Dover's Down Entertainment, big move up to $2 here from about $1.50, 1.1 million shares. We'll see if there's anything in that one. Galt will be back on watch for tomorrow, 3.8 million shares on that one. KTOV, nice pop, 1.9 million shares. Watching this one on a intraday basis tomorrow on KTOV. Another one I'm watching for a possible bottoms up type of play is L Brands. Citigroup came out and put a buy recommendation on it from a neutral. So maybe this one wants to start turning the corner for a move up. So watching L Brands. Mosey had a nice pop today. We actually got a trade in this in the service today. So we'll see if there's any continuation move in MOSY. Microsoft looks interesting for a swing trade, trying to get above and hold above this 98 area on Microsoft. MZOR had earnings this morning. And then they had their conference call. So the stock basing under the 50 SMA here. We'll see if there's any kind of consolidation and then a move up on this one. 1.7 million shares traded in MZOR. It's an Israeli company, kind of like ISRG in that same sector. NETE, I'm not sure if this one's going to go tomorrow or not, but they had their earnings out of the way. So we'll see if this one wants to make a move at some point tomorrow. Watching it on an intraday basis, not really going by the daily too much. Just notice this move up in the after hours after their earnings came out, so it might be interesting. NFEC, a Chinese oil stock, still underneath that 230, 225 area on this name, so watching that one. RGSE, small little solar name. When the news came out that California was going to put solar on each roof, this thing got a nice pop. Since then, it's pulled back, but it's still holding above the 10, the 13, and the 5 EMA here. So there might be another move. I would like to see it get back over this 125 spot on RGSC. TRXC, nice pop, 7.5 million shares. Could just be getting started here. Has that 250 number up above on TRXC, so we'll see how that sets up intraday. Tesla, well, we shorted this one in the service today. Tesla breaking down below the 10 SMA, coming down below the 20 SMA on Tesla. Twitter, watching this one for a possible swing trade on the name. TWTR, TYME, nice move up, expanding volume, starting to curl up, get over the 50 SMA. So TYME volume only 637 shares though, so that is kind of a little bit low in the volume. So we'll see on that one. ZSAN got 1 million shares and they started moving it up. I mean, it's a beaten down stock. It's just been kind of, I don't know, doing a whole lot of nothing. It does have in after hours, it was trying to get over this 455 spot, was getting some buying into the close today, so kind of a back burner. We'll see on ZSAN, and that's the watch list for tomorrow. This is Mike from ZozoStockWatch.com. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for supporting the channel. Have a great day trading tomorrow. This is your watch list for May 15th. Thanks a lot.